Welcome, friends. Today we are doing a top pickups of the year video. This video will come round but once a year. And this video in particular is for the year 2021. Hopefully there will be many more videos like this, but they will only come once a year, at the end of the year. I am pretty sure I've picked up everything I'm going to pick up this year. And I have been through everything that I've picked up. And I've picked out about 25-ish of my personal highlights. It's not everything here, and I've left a lot of things out. But these are the ones that stood out in particular to me. So I'm going to hydrate myself. I'm going to drop stuff on the floor first, and then I'm going to hydrate myself, and then we'll get started. That's good wet. First off, we will start with one of the perfumes that I bought in probably the biggest vintage haul ever. There's been so many big vintage hauls. I can't remember which one was the biggest and which one was almost the biggest and not quite the biggest. But this is Coco Eau de Parfum from the 1980s. And this is absolutely beautiful. This is a Dib Dabba bottle. I'm going to be decanting it and spraying it because that's how I like to apply. This is so rich and thick, and it's very tight, and it's very defined, much more defined than the latest version. This has got, you can smell all the different notes in this, like the plum and the amber. And I don't think there's civet in it, but it's definitely got that Chanel sort of, not pissy vibe, but it's got that sort of like human aspect to it. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got a couple of bottles of this. I sold one to a friend. Hello, Peter. And this is definitely one of the top pickups of the year. None of these are going to be in any particular order, by the way. I don't know if I could do that to these perfumes. I couldn't divide them like that. But anyway, we will move on to the next one. Like I say, in no particular order. This next one is something I bought much earlier in the year, and it's a big lad. This is Vetiver Tonka. I got this for a steal in this country from a online shop, which is on eBay. Yeah, which is online, of course. And this is a 200ml. Absolutely love this. It's warm but cool. It's a Jean-Claude Eleanor special. 2 notes smashed together. Very simple. Very nice. Very well made. The dry down of the vetiver leaning into the Tonka. It's got that sort of warm roasted sort of smell. It's absolutely fantastic how it's done. It's a quality, simple but quality perfume. Shows you don't need to use all sorts of fancy tricks to make it like a high-end perfume. And this is certainly that. Really like the bottles as well. Not the last time you'll see a Hermes. There's a couple of other Hermeses in here. Next we will go with, oops, I dropped you on the ground. You can pick the stuff up by the lid. The next one is Rive Gauche Pour Homme, 120ml. Got this for a really good price as well. It's absolutely fantastic. One of Tom Ford's releases when he was at YSL. He really does like perfume, does Tom Ford. He knows what sort of vibe he wants to put out, and he knows who can make these things for him. The briefs that they must draw up, that Tom Ford must draw up for his scents, must be absolutely brilliant. Like the culture that he must inspire and grow and cultivate in his businesses that he runs, or in his concerns. I forget the word I'm thinking of. Like under his charge, the culture that he cultivates for perfumes especially, absolutely fantastic. And this is an absolutely fantastic release. You've heard of this before. Soapy barbershop sort of smell, absolutely beautiful. I'm really glad I've got it. I haven't backed it up though. Anyway, it's not easy to back up, to be fair. Anyway, next is vintage Dolce & Gabbana. Now, I have realised just a few minutes ago that this is actually, well, I did know that this bottle was this one, but I've just remembered that I haven't actually whipped out the original Italian one, which I have picked up this year. This was made in Italy, but it was by Prestige, so this was when Procter & Gamble first took over. I have got the original made in Italy one, and I absolutely love it. It's phenomenal. But this is the one that I had to hand. So the other two are nicely packed away. This is still really nice. But the original one's absolutely stunning. I've got 3 bottles of this. 2 bottles of the original one and this one. So I'm just going to use this one liberally until I've got those 2 left. Lavender, like sandalwood, I think, as well. And the citrus is at the top. Very Italian cologne. Absolutely beautiful. Lavender and sandalwood is always a winning combination. Next, this is one of the latest perfumes that I picked up. And this is Gucci Envy. A partial. No lid. A tester. This is a designer classic. Again, absolutely delighted to have it. I haven't worn it yet because it's not the time of year for it, I don't think. So I'm just waiting for spring and summer to turn around. It's only a couple of months away now. Even though we have just entered meteorological winter, I turn my rotation around on the 1st of March. So it's about 8-9 weeks away. So it is coming. Anyway, that's Gucci Envy. I look forward to wearing this. I'm very glad to have it. It's not an easy perfume to find, that. Oh, stop dropping stuff. Next, another perfume in a tin. And this is altogether sturdier feeling, by the way. This is Dolce & Gabbana by Man. This is a full tester bottle. You can't see how much is in there, but this is full. And it's beautiful. Absolutely love this stuff. Absolutely fantastic. One of the rarest of designer fragrances. It's not a world-beating fragrance in and of itself, but it's one of those fragrances you smelled when you were young, and you absolutely, like, it takes you back there, you know, and you can't put a price on that. That's why these fragrances creep up in price, because they're cheap when you're young. You make memories with them, and then you forget about them, move on to other things. And then you get to a certain age and you wish to smell these things again. You wish to relive those memories of your youth, and you've got a lot more money, and people know this, so they charge a lot more money for them. You know? They're selling nostalgia. Nostalgia's a funny thing. Next, Gucci. And I think this was another Tom Ford. This is Gucci Nobile. Really chuffed to have this. Got this recommended. I'm not sure about the lid, mind. The lid's just a big grey, brutal structure. Have a smell. Green. Aromatic. Very nice. Very clean. Very green. Really, really good stuff. Got this for a steal as well. Absolutely love this stuff. The lid looks like brutalist architecture. Just a big grey square on top of this lovely bottle. Lids too often feel like an afterthought, don't they? You know? They just feel like something that they've plonked on top. I mean, one of the worst offenders is this. Santos. This is a tester, thank God, so I haven't got the lid for it, but the lid's silver. I can't tell you how weird it looks. So strange on the brown and gold. Brown and gold definitely giving off that 70s outrageous big hair, big mustache sort of vibe. But anyway, Gucci Nobile. Green. Very not 70s. Very 90s. Very late 90s, early 2000s. Really, really, really nice fragrance. Absolutely love it. Glad to have it. Next, what shall I pick? Something completely different. You've heard me talking about this, or if you haven't, you will. This is Loewe Parahombra, and the Parahombra version was got rid of in the early 80s and replaced with Bourdon on the bottle. I don't know if you can actually pick that up. There it says Parahombra. This is when Loewe was like only in Spain, I think. Yeah. Excuse me, hydrating a lot. So, absolutely love this. One of the best citrus colognes. I've got 3 different bottles. I've got 2. Oh God, that is so good. That is so good. I wish you could smell this. I should definitely need to invent smell-o-vision, don't they? This is absolutely fabulous. Really rich. It's almost like a pomegranate sort of smell. Got that rich, juicy sort of vibe going on, you know? Thick. Beautiful. And the bottle, the cap is definitely an afterthought on this. This is like a leather. And it's from the 70s as well, so it's not pleather. I don't think they had pleather in the 70s, did they? Next. What do I want? I will whip out this. Now, I actually got this. Ooh, hello, where are you going? I actually got this as vintage Fahrenheit. I think this is a 1996. It's either a 1989 or a 1990 bottle. So it's a very early effort, this, and it's absolutely amazing. I got this year, but on Sunday I won a bid on a 200ml bottle from 1992. And I won a bid on it, and it is arriving next year. Now, I've bought it this year, but I consider it to be a 2021 bottle purchase pickup, but it won't be arriving until next year now, because it is the 23rd of December when I'm filming this. But this here is to symbolise vintage Fahrenheit. 2 vintage Fahrenheit bottles I've picked up. Absolutely amazing stuff. So different from the new stuff. It's really got that outrageous petrol note, like the oil from like the pump on your hand. That's what it smells like, you know, when you're filling up your car and you get like some of the fuel on your hand. That's what it smells like. Absolutely amazing. I am very pleased to have that too. Next, there's some outrageous stuff now. Iquitos. This is a bottle. As you will know, my Iquitos I had to decant into here from this bottle, because this bottle sprayer died, so I had to put it into here. But I've also got a couple of backups as well, so I thought I would just show you the whole shebang. I got some backups. I got a couple of backups of it this year, and a whole one of these, which is about 85ml in here, because I have used it. Getting to know it. So I thought I would show you. This is the only jasmine I have ever really liked. Strong, classy fragrance. There's the story I'm sure I've told you about, where this was submitted to Dior and they decided they didn't want it. Excuse me. And Alain Delon picked it up and made this and decided to market it towards men. So that's absolutely fantastic. Next, what shall we do? We will do this. Another Hermes. Bellamy. Picked this up from Enchanté. And also picked this up from Enchanté, the 2 vintages. Amazing smoky leather. Very strong, very deep, very rich. Absolutely amazing. I really like both versions. This one's got a little bit more of the rough leather about it. This is the shaker bottle, and this is like what became the new. This is what became like the traditional the traditional Hermes bottles. These are what are used for almost all their perfumes now, like the like Hermes, Bellamy Vetiver. All of those are in this bottle. And the Hermes Essence line are in this bottle too. This is back when brands used to make a different bottle for every release, when they didn't release like 5 fragrances a year. Can't get these anymore. Much weaker these days. A lot spicier and a lot less smoke as well. A lot more spicy and a lot less smoke. So, next I will go to a recent one which you will have heard me crowing about, an absolute love, which is Opium Secret de Parfum. Big Mer. Got a compliment on this in the auction house. 2 old ladies following us round. Eventually, they were talking about what smelled amazing, and it was me. So I absolutely love this stuff. It is absolutely beautiful. Men and women could wear this. Stunning. Got that. It's not pissy, but it's got that like old female perfume vibe about it. Totally unisex now, though, considering what gets marketed towards men is basically bubblegum and caramel. This stuff is like absolutely amazing. I totally love it. Next, what should we have? I will bring out another recent acquisition. This is my backup tester. So it's not, it is a tester, I beg your pardon. It is a tester. This is Costume National Homme. Costume National Homme. This is an absolutely amazing modern fragrance. I do like some modern fragrances. It's a spicy clove. It's sweet as well. Can't tell where the sweetness is coming from, but it feels like a fruity sort of sweetness. It's made by Dominic Ropion. Almost smells Christmassy. It's amazing. I absolutely love this stuff. Rave about this stuff. You can still get it out there on some discounters. I think Fragrance X has got it at the minute. But buy it while you can, because it'll disappear soon enough. I don't think they make it. This is an eau de parfum. I think they do a parfum now as well. So keep your eye out. Next, in the middle of the year, I wasn't looking for this, but I walked into the store and they sold it to me basically. And this is a 450ml of Fève Délicieuse. This is a really sweet, a really nice, and a really hard to open bottle of Tonka, basically. George from The Fragrance Apprentice absolutely loves this stuff. Fresh, sweet, syrupy Tonka bean. Really nice, really like this. One of Demaché's better offerings for the house. His later stuff, the stuff he did after this, wasn't the best. But this stuff was beautiful. Really love it. Really happy to have it. Got it at a really good price as well. So, if you're going to get it, make sure you get an earlier version. As you can see, all of my Christian Dior Privés have the marked CD. I'll just wipe that. Eugene will be going mad. I need one of his little cloths. So, Christian Dior, the CD should be separated. On the newer bottles, it's not separated out. So it's like the C and the D are joined together. Next, we'll go with something else. Chanel, Christian Dior's arch rival Chanel. This is Cuir de Russie, the Les Exclusif, but I don't know if you can see this on the back. That says Eau de Toilette. Really pleased to get this. The Eau de Toilettes have become a bit of unicorn now. Jacob especially says that the Chanel Exclusive Eau de Toilettes are superior to almost all of the Eau de Parfums. He much prefers the old Eau de Toilette, if I remember correctly. This is amazing. Absolutely love this stuff. Fantastic. Very floral, though. Ramsey has sent me a decant of a pre-barcode version of Cuir de Russie from like the 70s or the 80s, like long ago, this bottle. And it's much more leathery, much more smoky, much less floral than this. I don't know whether it's an aesthetic reason that they changed it, or whether it's because it's an IFRA thing, a regulation thing, but it's not as smoky or as dark as it used to be, and it is more floral, but it's still beautiful. It's really nice. I've put a nice dent in this as well. I don't know if you can see it from that angle. Yeah, I've done a nice little bit of damage to that. I always like seeing a bit of a dent appear, but then I get scared because I'm like, oh god, it's leaving. What should we go for next? I know what we'll go for next. You will have seen this house appear on my channel quite a few times, and I had access to someone who was selling off some of their bottles, and he sold me them at a really good price. So thank you for that. And I have also bought a couple myself, but this one is House of Matriarchs Kazemi. This is amazing. It's probably the best rose fragrance I've smelled. Wet, masculine, dewy, dank, fresh rose. Amazing. Any man can wear this. Any woman can wear this. I highly recommend it. Sampling as well. She does samples. So if you want to buy smaller amounts, I mean, our prices are outrageous for a 100ml bottle, but I got this half price because she does a sale every year, once or twice a year. So it's worth waiting. So if you want to smell this, sign up to the website, and I think you get an email saying that there's a sale starting. So yes, I recommend that to you. Rose and spices. So much rose. I've said a few times this is all natural perfuming. Apparently it's almost all natural perfuming. It's like 99%, 98%, 97% natural, which it's not all natural, that is it, you know what I mean? It's like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. I hope I'm not pregnant. Anyway, next I will go for... I'm getting down to some real starlets here. I mean, they're all great. I mean, to say that I've said that, I apologise. I'm looking at all the other fragrances sitting down the other side, the ones I've already been through, and, you know, I've hurt the feelings there, but some of these are like some of my favourites. Next, this is rare as hen's teeth, and this is the Shiseido version of Féminité du Bois, made by probably my two favourite perfumers, Pierre Bourdon and Christopher Sheldrake. In the original bottle, I have got the Serge Lutens version, which is still really good, thank God. And I am just delighted. I got two partials during the year. They appeared very close to each other. Yeah, I got two partials, and this one was about half full and the other one was about 2/3 full. And I snapped them both up. No questions asked. I just wanted it. It's so thick. It's so rich. It's so good. Pierre Bourdon and Christopher Sheldrake, tour de force. You know, made for Quest, I believe, who were doing the Shiseido fragrances at the time, or maybe Tagasako. I don't know. Anyway, I absolutely love this stuff. Thick, deep, rich plum. Very thick, very rich. Beautiful fragrance. Highly recommend you try it. Just a shame it's discontinued, really, which isn't really fair. They always take the good ones, don't they? Do you know what I mean? That's just life, isn't it? Anyway, next we will go with this. I got this off a friend of the channel, and a friend of mine from deepest Hawaii, Bobby Noir, Bobby Ono, Bobby Dio. And he shipped this all the way from deepest Hawaii to me. And this is, as you can see, this is a 2013, so it's pre-reformulation. It is a 250ml bottle of Au Noir by Christian Joe. Every time I spray this, I think of him, and I thank God. If you're religiously inclined, I'm not, but you know, I'm very thankful that I managed to get a hold of this. I'm very appreciative of Bob. We love Bob in this house. The colour of the juice. That is just bonkers. I mean, it's an unattractive colour. It's not like bright pink or bright blue or bright red or like that deep golden brown or something like that. You know, it's like swamp green. But the fucking perfume's absolutely stunning. I was at my friend's house the other day and she was like, "Have you been cooking something at home?" And I was like, "No, what do you mean?" She was like, "I can smell like food." She was like a meal, like lots of different things. And I was like, "Is it me?" And like I let her smell us, and she was like, "I think it's like, but it smells like you've been in the kitchen and like the smell of the food's got onto your clothes." I was like, "I haven't, I can promise you. I haven't. I don't want to eat what I make. The only thing I can make food-wise is a mess." And she was like, "Yeah, it is." Eventually she came around, she was like, "Yeah, it is, it's you." And it was au noir. Coffee, spice, lavender, strawberry. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But it's so crazy, it works. And that's by Francis Kurdejon. And I'm hoping he pulls off something similar now that he's back at Dior. A lot of people have said, excuse me, I'm just moving away to get a drink. A lot of people have said that they can't see Au Noir returning to the permanent line, even though Kurdejon's back. Now, I don't know if he'll bring back Au Noir, but I hope he brings back this kind of perfumery, this kind of outside the box, crazy, thick, dense, mad perfume, you know? And he doesn't just play it safe like Demarche did in the last 5 years of his reign. So, anyway, moving on. We've only got, 5 left, but 2 of them are the same. I'll bring these up now. Oops. No, I won't. I'll save them up in a minute. I got this off a man from Bass Notes, put onto me by Ramsey again. Ramsey's got a big hand in this. Him and Bob have got their fingerprints all over this hole. I thought for the longest time you had to pull this off, and I think I broke the cap. But this is Eau de Hermes, and this is a vintage Eau de Hermes, and it's a 200ml bottle again. I will bring out... See the bottle style? Oh no, that's not very clever. There we are. You see the bottle style? Started by Eau de Hermes. Eau de Hermes was the original one in this bottle style. I'll move these two because they've had their moment. Eau de Hermes, haven't been able to wear it yet because I bought it in the autumn winter time. I usually buy fragrances out of season because it just keeps everything interesting. I also managed to get this as well, and this is the pewter cap. This is a really old bottle. I think this may be from the 70s, maybe the 80s. This is I paid 50 quid for this little 25ml. Oh God, it's like a bottle of fire. It's like bottled fire, that's what it's like. It feels, whoa. It doesn't stink, but it gives you this sort of like hot sort of feeling, you know? It's the cumin with the citrus. It's like a very hot, imagine if you were to eat something like this, that it would like burn your mouth, and that like there would be like acid burning your mouth, but also fire. You know what I mean? It's got that sort of vibe. It's a hot perfume. You wear this in the cumin, the citrus. It smells like lavender in there as well. So strange. The original contrast. You know, Edmund Rudnitska, Rudnitska the Elder, the man who taught Pierre Bourdon. You could tell he taught. You can see he taught him about contrast in perfume, because this has got a similar vibe to like Koros as far as contrast is concerned, with the animalic heat and the cleanness of the citrus and the freshness. And speaking of Pierre Bourdon and Koros, I'm going to present these two together. Now, I've had Koros for a long time, so why are these in my top pickups? Well, this I bought in 2021, and I also bought this bottle in 2021. Now, I've never bought this before. This was the first time in 2021, so you can see on the bottom, oh, sorry, right, not Parfums Co, not Sanofi, not Sedex Newly, nothing like that. Now, I hope you can also see it on this as well. No, I don't think you can you? The same on there, and they've both got the batch code printed on in white. What that means is these were made by the original producers of Koros, which was Charles of the Ritz. This is what Pierre Bourdon intended Koros to be. This is the original formula. And this is the sport flanker made by the same company that made the original. These are both... I'm going to do a video on different Koros formulations because I've got most of them now. I also bought Coros Fresh... Oh my God. I've also bought Coros Fresh Air, which was a Parfums vintage flanker, a Parfums Core, C-O-R-P, Parfums Corporation, which was the second company to produce Koros. And the differences are there. And I'm going to do an analysis one day. I'm going to do a video, maybe one of the early videos next year. This is one of the great fragrances ever made, even if Mr. Bourdon doesn't think it's wearable all the time. As I learned from the book, and talking to Gabe as well. Hello, Gabe. Hello, Monsieur Bourdon, if you're watching, which I highly doubt you are. I don't think he knows. That was one of the questions I wanted to ask. I don't think the perfumers and stuff know that Fragcom exists. I wish they did. It would be interesting if they did, but that is something that is like genuinely one of the highlights of my collection, is a Parfum, is a Charles of the Ritz Koros. I am absolutely over the moon. Like to own that. That is a special perfume for me. And speaking of special perfumes, I have saved these, but these are no buy. These are not in any order, but these are two very special perfumes. I've wanted these for a long time, and I managed to get them in 2021, and I paid for them. I paid for all of these, by the way. None of these were sent to me for free. I can't stress this enough. I don't accept free bottles, and I will never accept free bottles from brands. Bought this with my own money, as did Nigel with his bottle. Bought all of these fragrances. Sorry, I'm not singling out George Zahar off there. I'm not suggesting he sends out free bottles, but he's very present on YouTube. So I cannot stress it clearly enough. I've paid for all of these. One of the reasons I like buying vintage perfumes is so that I don't have to give my money to these fucking conglomerates. Because they have taken the original perfumes and, I don't want to say bastardized them, but they have changed them, you know? And I would rather put money back into people's pockets for old bottles of perfume. I'd rather buy second hand than buy first hand straight from the company. And that's what I've done with these. You know, and you'll see the next bottle I present to you will be exactly the case in point. And that is the original Dior Homme 2005 version. This is the silver stem version, the original that ran between 2005 and 2011. And it is a different fragrance to the black stem. And it is, and I say it's a different fragrance, it's a better formulation of the original. The 2020 version is an absolute outrage. I don't care if somebody grows to love it and love it in its own right and be its thing. It's not Dior Homme. You should have been released under a different name. It's a different fragrance. It's scandalous. People would have just gone in and said, yeah, I'll have another bottle of Dior Homme, thanks very much. And picked it up, walked out, went home and being like, Jesus Christ, this is a totally different fragrance. It's not right. They're trading on the name rather than the smell. You know, the new one smells cheaper. The 2020 version smells cheaper. But this one is absolutely fantastic. It's tight. It's rigorous. Rigor was a word that was used when we did the stream with Gabe Oppenheimer. Beg your pardon. Sorry about that. This bottle is a nightmare to try and find out what year it is. I can't see. Can you see? It's somewhere in there. 50ml. No, I can't say. Parfums Christian Dior. I'm gonna go. This is 2005, 2007. I can't find the batch code on it though. But you can tell by the silver stem, and you can tell by the smell as well. It's much more defined. It's much more tight. It's much tighter, I should say. It's beautiful fragrance. Changed a lot of things about men's fragrances. This with the big lipsticky, powdery iris, big waxy iris, makeup-y sort of feel, slight chocolate vibe, very come hither, very, very nice, beautiful fragrance. And last but not least is a fragrance I have been wanting to buy for years. And 2 bottles came up within a week of each other. I was on one of Eugene's streams and I was talking about this, and somebody contacted us. He actually lived down the road from us. He's called Christopher. Hello, Christopher. He's now moved away. He lives somewhere else in the UK now. But he contacted me and said, look, I've got a partial of this. I'll sell you. It's almost full. Here you are. And I snapped it up off him. And then a week later, a perfume became available online, and they wanted like a lot of money for it, and I managed to get 20% off, and I bought it, and it was brand new, and I've got that as a backup, and I've never seen it before nor since on eBay. And this is Fille en Aiguille. Absolutely amazing perfume. Absolutely love it. Pine resin, like thick pine tree. I think I'm going to wear this on Christmas Day. Smells like Christmas tree on fire. Ever so slightly smoky. Not pine needles, like thick pine, like syrup, you know? Absolutely stunning. Straight into my top perfumes, like me loves that I've like acquired this year. And it is absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy to have it. And it's very difficult to find. You can find it in the Graziel bottles, but it isn't as good. I have sampled it. This one's much more defined, much more, I don't want to say balanced, but it's different. I would have a bottle of that. But I also bought a bottle of something called Arso by Profumum Roma, which is a smoky Christmas tree on fire sort of smell. And after I bought that, it was about 2 weeks later, these 2 bottles appeared. So, life. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I might upload something on Christmas Day. I'm doing a stream with Eugene tomorrow, I believe, if he's well enough, because he's got a cold. I hope it's a cold and just a cold. But anyway, thank you very much. Something else I've also done in 2021 is started this channel. I started making videos. I am extremely appreciative of the people who watch and comment and talk and like and engage. The interaction is what I'm after more than anything else. I do respond to almost all comments. If I ever don't respond, just give us a poke. Just comment something again and I will respond. I really enjoy the interaction. I really enjoy sharing these things and talking about these things. I've met some amazing people, talked to some amazing people in the chat, talked to some amazing people in the comments. If you've ever got anything to say that you don't agree with us, please do. because I enjoy that as well. And yes, thank you very much. I will speak to you again soon. Have a nice Christmas and a nice New Year. I will speak to you. Goodbye.